This is Just the Job. Kia ora and welcome to Just the Job. It's great to be here this week and to be able to show you 3 more exciting careers that just might be what you're looking for. Plus, we have a whole lot of helpful advice and tips that will definitely make that important career choice a whole lot easier. In today's show, 17-year-old Shaun from Matamata is off to visit one of the 54 RD1 stores scattered throughout the country to see if this retail aspect of an agriculture career could be just the job for him. Isaia from Taupo is spending a couple of days in a local sawmill and timber processing plant to find out whether he wants to pursue a career in timber processing. And Ben Brooking thinks a career in television production could be just the job for him, so we try him out on Just the Job. But first up, let's see how Shaun goes as he discovers there's more to an RD1 store than meets the eye.
I'm Shaun Heaslip, I'm 17, I'm from Matamata College, my dad's a dairy farmer and I'm just finding out more about the rural servicing industry.
Bit of knowledge about farming will help you out as you explore the varied roles available at RD1, a chain of retail stores that look after the needs of New Zealand's farmers. Peter Wright, an RD1 store manager, will be showing you all the possibilities.
Hi, hey. Peter Wright.
Shaun.
I understand your dad's a dairy farmer?
Yeah, yes.
Yep.
Grew up on the farm all my life.
Fantastic. All right, we'll get you into the shirt and we'll have a look around the shop.
Cool.
There's certain qualities that are looked for within RD1 because at different times farmers do become very stressed and most of that is just keeping a level head, being able to empathise with what's going on the farm, knowing what's happening, what stresses and so on that they're coming under.
Customer service and product knowledge are the key ingredients for helping a farmer make good choices. So Peter takes Shaun around RD1's range.
We'll come down into the animal health area. Some of these items you would have recognised on farm that Dad sort of used and so on at different times of the year.
So is there any dangers at administering the wrong products to the cows?
Absolutely, yeah. If a cow's given too much of a certain product, you'll kill it. Which we can do without. That's why there's so much training done at different times of the year. There's different stresses come on animals. We all need to be upskilled and trained in different things that are required. Again, so we can give the right product to the customer. Down into clothing, we've got unstained overalls as far as no cow stuff on them, all the way through to your wet weather gear, which is, you don't want to get wet on farm because otherwise that truly makes for a miserable day. RD1's philosophy is that career development. There's definitely plans in place, steps for managing right the way through from when you first join the company.
One of those future steps could be as a technical sales representative visiting farmers on site. The shorthand name is TSR, and Tom is going to show Shaun the ropes on a visit to Share Milkakori.
We are an extension of the RD1 stores. We provide technical knowledge around the whole business and we come out on farm to basically help the farmers, and what we're trying to do is make sure we're bringing the most up-to-date information to farmers like Corey to give them the best opportunity to make the right decisions for what he wants to do. What we want to do today is do a particular soil test, so I'll get you to go along and fill these bags.
Soil tests are an important part of monitoring nutrient levels in paddocks. The TSR's work helps to determine the types of fertiliser needed to get optimum growth, which is at the heart of a farmer's productivity.
A big part of our role is making sure that we're up to date with new products and training. So essentially to become a TSR, we would recommend people start in the stores, they get familiar with the products, and that's when they can either choose to be a store manager or they can choose to look at the TSR role. And by that time, they've had a number of years to get to understand the products, get a lot of training under their belt.
So what other things do you help the farmer with?
In this role, we've got to be constantly looking out for new opportunities within the farm system. Every farm's different. If we take an example like these weeds down here, like they're right through the pasture, dock and penny royal, what we can do is offer and bring new products to actually get rid of these particular weeds to maximise the ryegrass and clover growth.
So it's back to the store to hone those sales skills that are at the heart of it all.
We've got Andrew here today from True Test. Andrew, this is Shaun.
Pleased to meet you, Shaun.
He's going to outline some of the benefits of this unit, and as a little challenge for you, I'm going to come back in a few minutes and be a customer, and you can have a crack at selling this to me.
No farmer's going to listen to someone who doesn't know the inner workings of this electric fence unit, so Shaun has 2 minutes to learn it all.
So what's the remote used for?
Well, the remote's very similar to your TV remote. You place this on your fence and it turns the electric fence off. It's also a fault finder.
Now it's time to see how good a salesman he really is.
Hi. Looking for an energiser?
Yep, we've got the Stayfix M36R here. What size farm are you on?
I've got a 400 hectare farm.
Yep, this does from 250 hectares to 1,000 hectares, so you should be right.
Yeah, yeah. Is it remote capable at all, or?
Yep, it is. It's got this remote here, which you can just, it's a fault finder as well, so if you put it on your fence, you can find your fault, and when you find your fault, you can just turn it off, then fix your fault and turn it back on again when you're done.
Oh, wicked. That's going to save a lot of time.
Yep.
All right, I'll take one of those, thanks.
The experience is over, so is there a career for Shaun in retail servicing?
The interesting part of the experience would have been getting on the farm with the TSR and seeing his side of the job, yeah. I think it'd be a great career path to get into with all the different branches and steps you can move into, yeah.
Agriculture ITO offers training to help people wanting to progress through the rural servicing industry. The National Certificate in Rural Servicing includes optional unit standards relevant to the business they are working in and their interests. From there, students can train as a livestock agent, arranging the sale of farm animals, or train towards the certificate in retail for people wanting to advance through the ranks of management. Well, Shaun did an awesome job and showed that there are a lot of opportunities in a rural servicing career if this is something that you're interested in. After the break, Isaia heads to a sawmill that operates 24/7 and finds out whether a career in forestry could be just the job for him. This is Just the Job. Welcome back to Just the Job, where we look at a whole range of careers to help you discover what could be out there waiting for you. Now, do you like the idea of working in a team and with high-powered, heavy machinery? Well, then take a look at how Isaia gets on when he pays a visit to one of the largest sawmills in the Southern Hemisphere.
Hi, my name is Isaia. I'm 17 years old. I go to Taupo-nui-a-Tia College doing 7th form. And I don't know what I want to do when I leave school, so I want to check out a bit of sawmilling.
Well, Isaia, we may have the perfect opportunity for you with the largest employer in Taupo. Tenon is an award-winning sawmill taking high-quality clearwood and creating products for the American DIY market. The general manager of the Taupo site is Mark Taylor, who will take you through the mill's processes once you've had your safety briefing.
When we're employing someone to come and work with us at Tenon, there are several things that we're looking for. First and foremost, we're looking for people that have a good attitude, that have good values, good timekeeping, and are prepared to give things a go.
So we're in the head rig now, and this is where the logs are initially broken down. Guy's got a really important job here because he has to take the log onto the carriage and then look to extract the clear wood or the high grade from the outside of the log. So the controls that Guy's using are similar to a helicopter, and you can see that Guy's needing to coordinate with both hands a number of jobs as well as foot pedals. So a really technical job.
The central block contains knots formed when the branches grow, making the timber low quality. Tenon specialises in timber milled from the outer layers that grow once the branches have been trimmed off. That is called clearwood and has 4 times the value. But to get the most out of that clearwood, the saws need to be sharp. So you better call in the doctor, the saw doctor.
So what is saw doctoring?
Saw doctoring mainly is maintaining the saws we use in the sawmill. Every sawmill has saws, therefore a saw doctor is an important part of any sawmill.
The big band saws are flattened to ensure a straight cut before being sharpened.
The classic signs of the saws going well is when you don't see any of those guys out there. If there's problems with the saws out there, they'll be in here. And we're lucky enough that we seldom see them.
Much of the process is automated, but some blades are still straightened by hand.
So start here, check that little section there, see if you can find any lumps in there.
Yeah, there's one over here.
Yep. Okay, grab your hammer and have a look.
Is Isaia's grip on the tool steady enough to make him a saw surgeon?
That is nice and flat.
The saw is straight, so the timber's not going to turn to dust, which is good because it's back to the factory where the lumber is sorted and stacked ready to be dried.
Well, we're down at the kilns now, and you can see this timber has come out of the sawmill. It's been filleted. We place these fillet stickers in between the boards, and that's to allow consistent airflow to dry the timber. So this timber is now going to head into the kilns. So the kilns behind me run at temperatures up to 180 degrees. We're fortunate in that they're fueled by through geothermal heat, and the kiln drying can take anything from 1 to 5 days. So we're back at the back of the kilns now, and this timber has come out of the kilns. It's between 10 to 12% in moisture content, and by drying it that low, we prevent any risk of sap stain.
The timber is dry and ready to be processed in the moulding factory. Each plank is individually cut to get the highest quality result. The heart of the operation is the grinding room, where the blades are set and sharpened. Moulding line plant supervisor Peter Carter will show Isaia how it's done.
Welcome to the grinding room. We're going to turn this piece of clear up here into this profile here. And this is the head that does it, for all these knives going around. Once this head's set on the machine, it spins at 6,000 revolutions per minute.
Isaia gets the chance to set the knives into the head.
Slide it into the pocket, place it there, flush on both sides, grab the knife and slip it in. Yeah, like that.
If the blades are not in line, the head gets unbalanced, and at 6,000 revolutions a minute, all sorts of things can go wrong. So Isaia has to get it right.
So now we're going to place the head on the CMA stand, and we're going to put all the knives into the same cutting circle. First we'll turn it on. See that? It's on the O-line. That's good. Turn it around to the next knife. Not quite in the right cutting circle, same cutting circle. Tap that knife across a bit, give it a little tweak, and that's that knife done. Move on to the next one. Right, now you have a go. Well done.
Once Isaia's got the blades in line, they are sharpened either by hand or automatically. Then they are ready for use in the moulders, where Peter shows Isaia a head ready to go.
You can actually see the head in there. So it's cut, that's spinning, cutting the profile. Easy.
The mouldings are used to edge windows and doors. It's all about adding value. Offcuts are used as kindling, and all other byproducts of the manufacturing process are either used as fuel or in the production of particle board, paper and the like. The goal is for Tenon to extract every scrap of viable timber. The mouldings are being packed into the container ready to start their journey to the United States. So what did Isaia think of his time at the mill?
It was pretty good to see how the machine runs and all that stuff, where the logs come from, where all the wood goes to and all that stuff. So yeah, it was pretty good. Found the head rig pretty interesting for me, just how the controls work and sort of stuff like that, so it was pretty good.
Workers generally start off as a table hand sorting timber, a filleter or a yard hand, and can move on from there. Students can study national certificates in a full range of positions in the sawmill, including log yard operator, saw doctor and timber machinist. As mills become more automated, job skills are evolving, creating new challenges for the mill and its employees. Well, could a career in forestry be for you? If you think it might be, then you can check out more information about that career and all the careers featured on the shows on our website. So stick around, go grab a pen and paper. We'll have all those details for you at the end of the program. After the break, we see how Ben gets on behind the scenes of Just the Job and finds out what goes into making this television program. This is Just the Job. You're watching Just the Job, and if you're thinking about a career, or maybe you want to change from the career you're in, then stay tuned because this show could spark a turning point when it comes to your work life. Ben thinks a career in television is where it's at, so we took him under our wing here at Just the Job so he could get a taste of the real thing.
I'm Ben. I'm starting a course at AUT studying communications, and I'm keen to know what the television industry has for me.
Hi, you must be Ben.
Hi there.
Yeah, well, welcome to Dave Mason Productions. You know, we're a small production company, and I understand you're not really quite sure what you want to do in television.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, we make quite a wide range of programmes here, and we'll be able to give you a good grounding, and maybe you can make a few decisions after that. Or maybe decide not to get into television at all. We're an independent production company. There's a lot of independent production companies around New Zealand, and in fact around the world. The way the industry has changed over the years has meant that most of the TV productions that you see on TV are now made by independent producers like ourselves. When we're going in full production with, like this series of Just the Job, we have about 19 people working on the programme.
One of Dave's team members is Lorraine, who has a very important role, as Ben found out.
I'm an associate producer and production manager, the two roles combined.
All right, and what does that include?
You're in charge of the budgets, the planning for shoots and the planning for the office. Not only do I look after the travel arrangements for the crews, I look after the day-to-day running of the office, the edit suites. I'm responsible for making sure that all the shoots go according to plan and come in on budget, so that, you've got to negotiate deals. It's very exciting.
When a program's made, the content has to be researched. There are two researchers on Just the Job, Melinda and Rebecca.
Researchers are sort of the first port of call. They'll be the first out in the field to gather all the information. Do a lot of phone calling, talking to people, preferably go out and meet them and find out all about what they do.
Give me a call if there's any problems, otherwise we'll see you then. Okay, thanks Sam. Bye.
It's the people that you meet in the places that you go and sort of going out on shoots and getting to experience things that you wouldn't otherwise get to.
The research role is probably one of the best jobs in television. You become a fond of knowledge. It means that you can talk to a lot of people about different subjects and you know what you're talking about because you've done a lot of research about it.
So armed with some background knowledge, it was time for Ben to get some practical experience.
The main person on a shoot is the director. You have to do what he says, and it's this man here. Okay, this is Reuben.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, Reuben's directing the shoot today.
Reuben put Ben to work, and the work over 4 days shooting was varied from camera assistant to sound assistant, from keeping up with location paperwork to trolley dolly.
The role of a director, how does it differ from the other roles on the production?
Well, basically, a director doesn't actually do anything. They are coordinating the camera person and the researcher and the editor, and so they're basically coming up with a plan for the actual telling the story. So a producer gets the money together, they create the relationships with whoever's paying for it, and they hire on all the crew, me, you, all those sort of people, and then I come up with a plan for shooting the story and shooting a scene, and you go through, and I'm quality control on set, making sure that the performance is good enough, making sure that the camera shots are telling the story, making sure we're clearly getting the information we need across.
While out on the shoot, being caught up with the production's senior cameraman, Stephen, who's been in the business for many years.
Well, I've worked on numerous sporting events, rugby, cricket. I've been to 2 Olympic Games, I've been to Commonwealth Games, I've travelled the world, various shows, garden shows and home and living shows, so it's been a good career.
Once all the footage for the stories has been shot, it's back to the production base, and it's here that the stories are edited under the watchful eye and direction of Reuben.
The editor's doing the actual typing of the keys and making a lot of the decisions there, but I'm there to make sure that the story's being told and that we're making the best choices we can.
The final stage in the production process is the sound mix, and it's here that yours truly will add any extra voiceover required, which is then mixed with the rest of the sound for the program. A post-production sound mixer role is another career avenue that Ben could follow.
What we'll do is these first 4, the rest of them are okay. So
is that my muck-up or someone else?
No. It's just a few alterations from various people, including me.
Okay.
So I made a couple of changes as well.
Cool.
So if we can do that.
Hello.
We'll read that line, the fish are anaesthetised,
yeah.
And that comes in at 3:15.
Wow.
Thank you.
The fish are anaesthetised by Morris to avoid stress during the weighing process. Rowan chucks on a dry suit so he can have a go.
When you put the fish on, Rowan, perfect.
Be really careful. So roll.
Hey.
Hey. You sound surprised when you said perfect.
So how did you get into television?
It was a bit of luck, and a bit of chance, really. I knew a director from TVNZ, and we had a little chat and stuff about wanting to get into presenting and stuff, and he didn't really have anything for me at the time, but one thing I learned from that is that you have to keep a good rapport with people and have a really good first impression in that, because he didn't have anything for me then, but then Dave had the show and he said, look, I need a presenter for it, and then he goes, oh, I've got just the guy. I just think a lot of it's chance and who you know, and in New Zealand the TV industry is so small that everyone does know everyone, so you know, if you're good, and then I suppose people talk and you get more work, hopefully. So Ben's experience is over, but what was the best part for him?
I'd have to say the best bit was definitely the travel, the getting to meet all the new people, the stories you hear, all that kind of thing.
Yeah? Were you surprised at the amount of work that goes on behind the scenes?
Definitely. There was way more work behind the scenes than I thought that goes into every single episode. It's just amazing.
So you want to become a director?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, stick around. I might give you a little bit of experience.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
There is no defined career path in the television industry. Most entrants have a media degree or have studied to diploma level at one of the specialised media training establishments in New Zealand. The career path you can follow is entirely up to you. Many television production companies offer internships and runner positions which can lead to more permanent employment. Today, the television industry is mostly a freelance business where your success is determined by your professional performance and industry contacts. Well done, Ben. It was awesome having you as part of the crew, and thanks to Shaun, Isaia and everyone else who featured in today's program. Today there are literally thousands of careers to choose from, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's any easier to make a choice. So we certainly hope our programs will help you when it comes to making this all-important decision. To help you even more though, here's Sarah from Career Services with some valuable advice on how to cope with your first day on the job.
For some people, the first day in a new job can be just as nerve-wracking as the interview. It is going to take you a couple of weeks to figure out how things work and get into the swing of things. And your workmates will expect to spend time training you, so don't worry if you haven't picked it up straight away. The main thing is that you're willing to step in and give things a go. Listen to any new instructions and don't be afraid to ask questions if there's anything you're not clear on. Just remember, everyone had a first day on the job, even the boss.
Well, that's it for this week and the second series of Just the Job. But we'll be back later in the year with another series of Just the Job programs when we'll be travelling the length and breadth of the country, bringing you those great career opportunities. As always, if you want more information about the careers featured today in past series or more info about how to make that right career choice, easy, just jump on our program website at www.tvnz.co.nz and enter the keywords Just the Job. Happy hunting, see you in a few months' time.
Cut! That's a wrap.
Oh, cool.
This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.